president addressed the UN this morning. We'll give you the overview.
A late-night talk show is back from the brink after major revenue loss.
And later, the Denton Blues Festival returned for the 27th year.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is NTTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining NTTV News at Noon. I'm Talia Munson.
And I'm Taylor Reed.
World leaders gathered to New York City today to attend the annual United Nations General Assembly meeting. In advance of today's opening session, France and Saudi Arabia convened a day-long summit on Monday to revive discussions of a two-state solution in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Highlights of the summit so far include Secretary General of the United Nations Antonio Guterres' call for unity. President Donald Trump addressed the UN this morning, calling out the Biden administration for delivering, quote, our nation into a repeated set of disasters, end quote. Trump credited himself with cracking down on illegal immigration and urged other countries to follow suit. Trump thanked El Salvador, quote, for the successful and professional job they've done in receiving and jailing so many criminals that entered our country, end quote. The Trump administration has come under fire and faces numerous legal challenges for its practice of sending hundreds of immigrants, mostly Venezuelans, to be detained in a Salvadorian maximum security prison. In addition, Trump touched on other topics like climate change and energy sources.
After a week-long hiatus, Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel is making a return in wake of a suspension over his Charlie Kirk monologue.
Caleb Quisenberry is here to tell us more. Caleb.
Thanks, guys. Jimmy Kimmel Live is set to air again on ABC nearly a week after being pulled from the air. The network scrapped the show after Kimmel's remarks about the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. His comments sparked outrage amongst the right-leaning audiences, leading President Trump to speak about the comments, saying the talk show host said, quote, a horrible thing about a great gentleman named Charlie Kirk. The Walt Disney Corporation, ABC's parent company, justified the suspension, saying the comments were, quote, ill-timed and thus insensitive. This move triggered a huge wave of backlash. Hundreds of celebrities, free speech groups, and even some political leaders condemned the decision, calling it a threat to the First Amendment. The controversy has ignited a nationwide debate about the freedom of speech, and some viewers have even started to boycott ABC. Kimmel's show will be back on air later tonight. At NTTV, I'm Caleb Quisenberry. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Caleb. Sounds like the heat is on for ABC. I wonder if it's the same heat we're feeling outside right now.
Oh, me too. Our weather anchor, Samaj Bell, is here to tell us if that's the case. Samaj.
Well, storms came in this Sunday, bringing alongside some humidity. Sunny and humid today, as you guys can see here. 82 is the current temperature, but it feels like 89, as you guys can see here. But we also got some storms coming up later on tonight and quite possibly tomorrow. More on that coming up.
Thanks, Samaj. UNT is currently facing some uncertainty from state representatives.
This is the result from a student's TikTok video that went viral. Our reporter Majay Moore is live with more details. Majay.
Afternoon of September 10th, a UNT student named Mary Catherine Hallmark posted on her TikTok of another student showing the class the assassination of co-founder of Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk. Since then, the video has gotten over 500,000 views. Let's take a look. Hallmark made another statement after the incident. Quote, "The professor has been watching this whole time. He comes up to me, not the other student, to me, and says, "Y'all should probably take this outside," and laughs. I grabbed my bag and walked out and went straight to the Dean of Students, end quote. UNT received a letter from Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton requesting that the university expand its investigation into the students who engaged in the outrageous actions and to include the professor who ratified that conduct. He explains that the university violated policies from student conduct, employee ethics, and 2 free speech policies. Rep. Andy Hopper praised Hallmark for her bravery to defy the natural instinct to avoid conflict. And many other representatives have sent a letter to Gov. Abbott to investigate the concerning lack of response from UNT's administration. That's all. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Majay. Next, international officials were banned from a grocery store chain. Find out why.
And the U.S. Health Secretary claims to have found the cause of autism. Find out what that could be.
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my god, this girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my god.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our mean green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
The Trump administration is tightening restrictions on Iranian diplomats while in the U.S., even down to where they shop. Monday, officials said that Iranian diplomats visiting New York for the United Nations General Assembly, unless they are given specific approval, will not be allowed to buy goods from wholesale clubs like Costco, Sam's Club, and BJ's. They also need approval to purchase luxury items that are valued at over $1,000, which includes things like watches, jewelry, electronics, perfume, and cars worth more than $60,000. Many products that are available in the U.S. are not available in Iran, which is currently under crippling sanctions. The Trump administration said the move is meant to prevent Iranian officials from enjoying privileges while ordinary Iranians face shortages at home. Iranian diplomats are restricted to areas needed to get to and from UN General Assembly events.
Many people are after the American dream, but may only be able to afford it in their dreams. CNN's Michael Yoshida has more on the rising cost of this dream life.
Affording the American dream is getting more expensive, according to a new analysis from Investopedia.
Everyone has a different price tag on their American dream, but when we looked at what people want, the wants that people have, not the needs, it totals to more than $5 million.
Investopedia's Caleb Silver says they looked at 8 pillars of the classic American middle-class aspiration: retirement, owning a home, raising 2 children and paying for college, healthcare, buying a new car, yearly vacations, owning pets, and paying for a wedding.
Every component of the American dream has risen in price, not just over the past year, but really over the past 25 years.
Silver says several of these components have outpaced inflation. And while many Americans pursue some version of this life, the economic reality is it's getting harder to achieve it.
If you earn the median income throughout the course of your working life, we're talking about 40 years, from 25 to 65, you'll earn around $2.8 million or so. But if the dream costs $5 million plus and rising, you have to fill that gap somehow.
But Silver says don't focus on the $5 million price tag. Figure out what your American dream is and the amount needed to make that a reality.
It becomes a lot easier once you know what the number is, and then you can devote your time and your energy to both working, earning an income, and then investing your money so you can make that catch-up contribution so you can achieve the dream that you want to live.
This past weekend, the city of Denton held their 27th annual Denton Blues Festival at Quakertown Park. It was a 3-day event, free and open to the public for anyone and everyone who could attend.
The Denton Blues Festival is an ongoing tradition that many people in the community look forward to. Festival goers Michael and Marie Coles are just a couple out of the hundreds that attended this year. The catch, though? It doesn't cost anybody a single dime to get in.
The fact that it's free stands out the most.
And the entertainment.
And the entertainment, you know, and then just for it to be free is really, I think it's a great thing, and I hope it continues.
Star acts in the lineup included people like TJ Hooker, Ghost Ghostin, Lady Adrena, and headliner Matthias Latin. In the past, the Denton Blues Festival was held at the North Texas Fair and Rodeo Grounds, but over the past several years, the event has been held at the Quakertown Park off of Oakland Street. Even though the move to a smaller venue meant an overall smaller crowd, it still didn't stop people from showing up and showing out.
It's the first time here on this site, and we'll probably be back next year.
The festival isn't just for people who are wanting to enjoy some free blues, though. It's also a great opportunity for local vendors who want to get the word out about their business. This year, though, seemed to prove not as profitable as past years.
Smaller this year because the festival is a little bit smaller. Cost of rising prices.
Karen Junebays is a part of the Denton Oddfellows 82 Association, as well as the Denton Rebecca Lodge number 18. Plenty of other vendors as well proved to be on the hunt for making a profit at the festival, ranging from food to accessories. If you missed the festival this year, don't worry, there's always next year. You can find the Denton Blues Festival on Facebook, as well as online at dentonbluesfest.com to keep up with more events to come.
Unfortunately, Sunday's events were canceled due to the severe weather that took North Texas by storm.
Well, speaking of that storm, Taylor, this week's weather has had a pretty rough start. Hopefully we'll start seeing some more clear skies.
We can only hope. Our weather anchor Samaj Bell can tell us more. Samaj, do you think we have more wild thunderstorms in our future?
Yes, we have some more thunderstorms coming in later on tonight, and we also have one coming in tomorrow as well. Take a look at the temperatures we have across North Texas. 80 in Paris, 81 in Sulphur Springs, and 83 mid 80s overall. But this can be quite deceptive. It may look like nice weather, but it is going to be very humid thanks to those storms that came in. If you also take a look at the other map that we have here, we also see that it's 65 in Amarillo, 65, but it is also going to be incredibly humid. It's going to be incredibly humid across the entire region thanks to those storms that came in. But if we can also take a look at the forecast we have for today, we see that rain coming in Wednesday. Now it is also going to start specifically at around 1 a.m. later on tonight. Pretty much a mid to low 80s for the highs this week, and also going into next week. And next week we will also be seeing a little bit of scattered storms here and there. With that, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Samaj. The president released a statement yesterday about a common medication and its suspected links to autism rates.
Our anchor, Shelby Wright, has more. Shelby?
Thanks, guys. The Trump administration released an announcement about a possible cause of autism with many medical experts in doubt. President Trump claims women should not take Tylenol while they are pregnant. Trump and Health Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. are stating ties between Tylenol and an increased risk of autism. On top of this, the White House pointed to childhood vaccines as another link to increasing autism rates. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has found no link between childhood autism and vaccines. Several studies have looked at possible links between Tylenol and autism in children. Experts say the science behind this theory is not proven. Yesterday's announcement from Robert Kennedy Jr. comes after he spent years promoting several debunked theories about autism. Thanks, back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks for that information, Shelby. A new statue is making its debut at UNT. We'll take a look.
And a rally at a Texas university emerged among protests of freedom of education. Find out more after the break.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for a delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade, prepared with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
And now we return to Fabric of Passion.
Oh, Hector, it will be so hard for us to part, but we must.
But, my love, what did I do? I thought we were meant to be together forever.
I am so disheartened to say that you're just not in style anymore. But you will be, to someone else, in a better place.
You're gonna shred me?
No.
I'm donating you to one of the many clothing donation boxes available on campus. There is one in the Union by the Syndicate and one on Union Circle Drive.
Oh, well, why didn't you just say so? I'm gonna be someone's new shirt.
I thought you'd be more distressed.
Oh, absolutely not. It was cramped in your closet anyways.
Maybe you would like to be shredded after all.
Welcome back. A new statue has been unveiled right outside of the Alumni Center on UNT campus. Last week, a ceremony was held to showcase the new ring statue to celebrate the university's long-standing ring tradition. The statue shares the 3 layers of symbolism of the university's class rings, each side featuring Scrappy, the school mascot, as well as the McConnell Memorial Tower and clock. The ceremony was introduced as a commencement tradition in the early 2000s. It was then expanded in 2018 to include the Eagle Ring Drive, which involved graduating students submerging their rings in Jody's Fountain in the Library Mall.
Last night, a group of people rallied together at Texas A&M University protesting in defense of academic freedom and speech. Lillian Koch has the story.
This was the scene Monday night on the academic plaza at Texas A&M University, a group raising their voices and signs in defense of academic freedom. The protest comes after a series of events this month that eventually led to the resignation of the university president, the firing of a professor, and the reassignment of other school leaders. Among those who spoke out, Dr. Leonard Bright.
Some of us have talked together and said we need to do this, and certainly given this week's the turmoil that went on this week, so it wasn't hard to convince many faculty members that we need to do this.
Bright says the university's decisions from the past week reflect a troubling pattern of political influence at Texas A&M.
A student, confronted one of our professors in her classroom who was simply doing her job. She was teaching something about, gender theories. That then ultimately led to her being dismissed by President Welsh.
Critics of Welsh and others feel Texas A&M isn't doing enough to distance itself and students from liberal teachings that include gender identity studies. Graduate student Max Smith said he attended the protest to protect higher education in Texas. He and the rest of the group would like to see Welsh return and a firm commitment to academic freedom.
It's degrading to the credibility of this institution as a quality source of education and research, and as someone who desires to pursue a career in academia and higher education, it's really hard to see myself wanting to do that in this kind of environment.
The call for change is loud, and many students and professors alike are hoping for the return of the mentioned educators.
Coming up, we're going to give you a look at what went on in the world of women's basketball this weekend.
And Christina is going to give us a sneak peek into the world of esports.
On the Texas Rangers playoff potential, WNBA semifinals, and a piece on UNT intramural sports.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DATQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DATQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DATQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DATQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike! My bike is gone!
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
Hey Alex, this guy on the internet says he wants to give me money.
That sounds suspicious.
What do you mean?
Typically, strangers who promise you money on the internet have their own best interest in mind. They often use bounced checks, which will disappear shortly after depositing, but not before they've asked for some money in return.
So he doesn't really want to spoil me?
No.
Well, then what should I do?
The best way to handle it is to block and report the suspicious message, or even consult local law enforcement if you've already fallen victim.
So I guess we aren't going to Key West for spring break.
No.
This past week, I got the opportunity to take a look into the student life of UNT and one way students are staying active and having fun in their hectic schedules. Sunday kicked off the WNBA semifinals with the Minnesota Lynx still remaining the top seed in the playoffs. They faced the Phoenix Mercury to take the win 82-69. After giving up 47 points in the first half, the Lynx locked in and got the game back under their control. They cleaned up their defense, especially against the Mercury's powerful forward Alyssa Thomas, who scored 16 points in the first half, but got her numbers reduced to just 2 points in the second half. Courtney Williams had a game-high 23 points, whose confidence spread to her teammates as Kayla McBride scored 21 points and Nafisa Collier got 9 rebounds. Williams stated that they never look up at the scoreboard. They just try to go get kills. And we will see them both play tonight at 6:30 for Game 2 in their best-of-5 series. After being swept by the Miami Marlins this weekend in Arlington, the Texas Rangers' potential to make the wild card is seemingly low. They're on a 7-game lose streak as they enter the last week of the regular season. Just earlier this month, the Rangers were on fire as they had their Little Rascals, Alejandro Ozuna, Michael Hellman, Cody Freeman, and Dustin Harris in their starting lineup due to injuries to their veteran players. The young rookies provided a spark in the team and going 15 for 19 games, fighting to become a playoff contender. But ever since the core players have returned from the IL, the team has lost their momentum. With 3 games under 500, the Rangers will still push through the mud to end the year on a good note as they face the Minnesota Twins tonight at 7 at Globe Life Field.
Thank you, Christina. Your favorite childhood science celebrity is now officially a star. Just yesterday, Bill Nye received his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His decades of education and entertainment, practically raising a generation of young scientists like myself, have secured his spot amongst nearly 3,000 other influential celebrities. He has lots to say in his recent speech.
We are living at an extraordinary time. Our democracy is proving to be quite fragile. Basic scientific research and public health policies and protections are at risk. The Chinese National Space Administration will almost certainly beat the U.S. back to the moon. But if we keep in mind that what goes on here in the U.S., what goes on here in Hollywood, affects everyone everywhere, we can work together to inspire people everywhere and influence the course of history.
A very eye-opening statement from Bill Nye, the science guy himself. Thanks for watching NTTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 o'clock and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.